Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. We've got a ton of alpha to get in today. So let's just get into it. Before I do, as always, just remember nothing I say here is financial advice. Please do your own research before taking anything that I say into account. I'm just a guy on YouTube. That all being said, remember, we do have a private group. So for those of you who are interested in joining the 100 or so members of the Web3 Secret Society, you can check it out in the links below. Now, I do have a very special announcement. We hit the 10,000 subscriber mark this morning. So thank you so much to all of you out there, whether you subscribed over the last few days, whether you've been watching me for quite a bit. It's been quite a journey. You can see here over the last 28 days, we've had some pretty good growth. And let me tell you something, look at the last 90 days. You can see the growth has been absurd. 5,792 subscribers at probably the start of the year, to almost double right now. But if we go back even further, the last 365 days, you can really see here with the bull run that the market, or the market really started taking off over here, because that's where we saw most of my growth as well. Take a look at lifetime. Just take a look at the cycles, right? So when I first started, it was literally the crypto cycle down here, right? Like you see 2021 right here. I wasn't really covering crypto that much. It was really stocks. And then as we came over here and we went to a period of time where finance was no longer fun to talk about, I still made videos a ton. Most of them, of course, were on DeFi Kingdoms, but I did cover some cryptos and the stocks. Very flat. And then literally taking off. So guys, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. 10,000 subscribers is a significant milestone. And it's not lost on me that I couldn't have done this without you guys. So thank you so much. And I'll continue to keep bringing you guys value. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today is SAGA. So SAGA is an airdrop that we heard about at the early start of the cycle. It was a very unique airdrop because you would be eligible if you had staked Atom or Celestia early on. There were a few other things like specific NFT projects. And for those of you wondering, right, like when we think about NFT projects, it's typically because they're looking for projects that only OGs would have. Otherwise, it would cost significant amounts of money, whether you're thinking about like bad kids and all that stuff, because you'd have to find them on the Stargaze NFT marketplace. Now we got the Celestia slots as another example. This is Celestia slots, by the way, is an NFT that it cost one Celestia in a mint 5 days ago. A few days ago, it was a couple $100. Yesterday, it was 2,500. Today, it's almost 6,000 US. Once again, proving that if you get the right NFT and you sort of have the NFTs that like will be receiving the massive airdrop extra allocation, they are significantly worth it. Obviously, as these prices go up, it gets harder to justify getting those. So for those of you who've got it, who were able to mint it, awesome, congratulations. When it comes to SAGA, I did not qualify outside of Atom, but they also had bonuses. So you get an extra bonus if you had upgraded your SAGA or your Celestia allocation during the snapshot window. And the snapshot window was actually before our bull run, or before our bull run took off. So if you were here in the fall, you qualified. So a lot of people didn't qualify as a result. Anyways, the claim is over. And this morning, they airdropped the tokens to our wallets. Now, for a long period of time, it was only listed on Binance, but eventually it became available on Osmosis Zone. I know there's a lot of outrage on Twitter about how, it wasn't available, and people were wondering, like, wait a second, do we have to send to Binance? Because that's actually how some people were being able to sell the token. Because early on, if you had Binance, you could have, went in to the SAGA mainnet, added the sort of token to your wallet through the managed visibility piece in Kepler. And by doing that, send it to your Binance wallet, sell it off. And it has somewhat stabilized at $6. There is some talk about how stakers will be rewarded. In fact, SAGA mentioned that some snapshots are taken in April. For myself, as you guys already know, because you know me, I hope you guys know me, I was looking for the first opportunity to swap this out. And what did I swap it to? Well, I swapped it for first USDC, but then Dimension. So I added, I had 200 Dimension on this wallet. I put this up to 266. So like I said, I'm not in the business of coming in here and just like, trying to get all of these fancy airdrops that don't really do much. I want to roll them into where I think they'll be more valuable. Now, one of the things that I have started to see here was when we consider how Celestia does its airdrops, Celestia's airdrops have been really like tier based. Dimension, we've only had like an N of 1. So in this N of 1 situation, it was kind of hard to like really identify what is going on because it's sort of just a multiplication. Now, what is really cool is on Smart Stake, which is now available for Dimension, you can actually see here that this is where the amount of Dimension is sort of staked around. So if you look up here, about 25% of people have over 100 Dimension staked. Now, I'm still looking for a way to divvy this number out because what we do want to know is how do you get in the top 10%? That has been the critical number, or 10 to 15%. I think that part is very, very big. I think you should be looking at Smart Stake all the time when you're making staking decisions. And it doesn't have to be Smart Stake, but any dashboard that provides you some clarity on what everyone else is doing. Because we saw this with Pyth, we see this with a ton of other protocols. The protocols are looking to reward the top X% better. Not to say that they won't reward stakers in general, but usually there's a bonus or there's some extra, extra sauce for those who do it. Dimension is of course with Dimension, we've only seen like a 1.1x multiplier with the NIM airdrop, but we've got a ton more airdrops, so we'll get a lot more data points, and as that happens, we'll adapt our strategy. So the next one is around the block game. So block games is another one of those SocialFi projects. Now, guys, this one caused a lot of issues this morning because a lot of people were upset. People sort of were kind of upset because they felt like they got shortchanged on the amount of block token. They felt like the amount of time that you'd have to vest some of the token is unacceptable, or you'd have to take somewhat of a significant cut. A couple things I'll remind you guys. Number one, this is free. Number two, this is very easy to emulate. And I think that this is way better than the test nets that are out there. So definitely in that space, it's good. And obviously, like the more we talk about how great it is, the competitive edge goes away, right? The more people I convince, or you guys convince, or whoever convinces to start doing this, the less the opportunity is. But there will be an equilibrium, because for as many people who get turned off, then if they leave, then guess what? All of a sudden, my points mean a lot more. So there is a definite balance here. One thing I will say to you guys as well is when you are farming these campaigns, if you've been doing it, you probably noticed your Twitter follower account going up. This does have some inherent value as well. So like, make sure you don't just look at it from a one protocol standpoint. The work you do farming block will help you farm another SocialFi, because you'll have more followers who will look at your things, maybe more people who will click your referral links. There's a lot more of a snowball effect. And for me, 117 block, considering that I maybe I liked like 50 posts and did like 7 or 8 tweets, and like they're all like low quality tweets. But I don't count the comments because I was just copying and pasting most. Like I just responded like I normally would and just added some tags that I copied and pasted. Not that big of a deal. Now, if you're interested in getting the strategy on SocialFi, I put sort of my tips. Yes, it's a 30-minute video, but honestly, like literally, I think you watch this one video and it gives you everything that you need to do this very well. I talk about the strategy. I talk about how you can do this. If you've got 0 followers, 1 follower, doesn't matter. You can crush this. Watch this video if you haven't already. I think it's worth your while. The next one here is Zero Land. So this is just more of a heads up. They posted 29. I don't know what is with these protocols and trying to be all covert. Basically, what they're saying is in 20 days on April 29th, we will get the 0 airdrop. So I really hope it's not 0, because I was really hoping that the 0 token would be given to layer 0. But it looks like, hey, you snooze, you lose. We'll see what happens. But go in there, check out your Zero Land leaderboard. I got 4.3 million points. And once again, I ain't gonna, I'm not trying to fool you guys. I got like 4.1 million of those points through referrals. only 200k points, which is like 1/21th of the points from here. Now, like I said, with Parcel, I'm giving away 50% of my airdrop. That's not to say that I will give 50% away everywhere or all the time, but I'm still deciding exactly if I will do something here. Obviously, it depends on what the value of all this is as well. The next one here is EIGEN for those of you who have watched or were trying to withdraw or restake or do whatever on EIGEN today. Check out like your withdrawal status. You probably couldn't get on it for a couple hours and people were worried and they're like, don't worry, it's not a scam. Your money's safe and whatever. They were doing a massive upgrade. So now if you go in, you'll see it's very different. It's no longer just a page of restaking. You can see like the operators to select from. You can sort of see the actively validating services with the EIGEN DA, right? The data availability. And they have a massive announcement. Now, there's a ton of information here. I'm not going to go through all of this. I think this is very complicated. You can now run AVS as well if you'd like to, and there's going to be a ton coming in very soon. Things that should look familiar are alt layer, near, hyperlane. But what is interesting, right, is what we're going to start seeing is with EIGEN doing this. This is a massive move. Combine this with their TVL. Just take a look over here, right? Their TVL is sitting basically around $14 billion right now, right? In March, it was like 12.3. In like February, it was 6.5. You guys should know, tick, 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 tokenization will be coming. The reason they're moving forward, doing all these things, building things fast, they want to tokenize. They want to get paid. The team wants to get paid for all the work they're doing. The VCs sort of doing all the backup work here. They want their money. So I'm excited about this because as we know, there is no confirmed airdrop. I think that will be changing very soon. And I think EIGEN will be probably the biggest airdrop this year. And if it's not this year, it'll be next year. The next update is on dBridge. So dBridge points are here. Everything you need to know is this, they have a thread here and whatever. Basically, what they're doing is they are giving some insight as to points. Not just that, but also different tiering that you get depending on your activity. So if you're a early user, they'll give you a much higher point multiplier, which is really cool for those of you who were using it prior. That being said, you get 100 points for every dollar spent in fees in the dBridge protocol. Very similar to Orbiter. You can make referrals, which I put my referral link in the description below if you want to use it. Like I said, you never have to do that kind of stuff. And they're rewarding past loyalty, as I mentioned. So if you actually go into dBridge, which I'll show you in a second, you can see all that. But CC2 Ventures actually did make a good tweet around this. So CC2 Ventures is definitely one of the best. He's one of the best airdrop farmers. The guy doesn't miss, gives a ton of alpha. He's somebody that I recommend every single one of you who is watching this video follows. And he talks about hyperlane, right? This is something that we are still farming, be actively farming. I put a couple $1,000s worth of transactions through hyperlane every single week. dBridge is the fastest bridge by far. It's definitely something I've been slacking on. When I show you how many points I have, it's because I haven't really used it that much. And also Jumper. Now, we covered Jumper in a previous video. Once again, you want to start using all of these in their kind of ecosystem. Try to get some here and there so you're not just surprised when you don't get any allocation. Now, for dBridge, I currently have spent $9.02 in fees, traded $2,361 in volume, which apparently, according to their point system, shouldn't matter that much. And I got 1,353 points from a 1.1x multiplier. So that's my loyalty multiplier. Very interesting. I think, there's a lot more work to be done here. The next thing I want to talk about is based fellas. So the based fellas is something that, here's the thing. Number one, for those of you who are wondering about this NFT project, the reason I think it's good is because it's the first 10,000 PFP project on Base. The Base chain is really exploding right now. Tons of meme tokens, NFT projects. So I've got my Based fella. Does that mean that you should get your own Based fella? I'm not saying that at all. We went through this Holmes mint in our private Discord in the Web3 Secret Society last week. A bunch of it. Everyone who participated Like definitely is up hundreds of dollars straight up. If you minted a couple of them, I minted 33 of these homes. Like even though it, I got one allocation in phase 2 previously, in phase 3 they let it open up for everyone. I was just like spamming it. You can literally see that if you go check out, my public wallet that I shared with you guys, right? Literally, this was what was it, April 2nd. I'm paying $26 per mint every like few minutes, and then I actually found people who were buying some of these for like 0.05 ETH, which is like $180, because they're the way this team does it is their rarities have equal chance. So there's kind of like a common, uncommon, rare, and it was 33%, 33%, 33%. So the lowest rarity sells for like $38. You can see here the lowest rarity went from 25 or $26 to $38. The middle rarity sells for like 55 to 60, and the top rarity sells for like 150 to $200. So like, I'm looking forward to doing the same thing, rinsing and repeating it over here with Fella. I think it's worthwhile. I will be doing this, so definitely check it out. At least if you're interested to check it out. I see Scorpio's asking me if I'm not, how can I not be bullish? Well, I mean, the fact that I'm not talking about it doesn't mean I'm not bullish on something. I just don't fully understand or know full details on what that Pudgy Penguins partnership is, just so you know. So it's like, just like I said, I can't talk about everything. It doesn't mean I'm not bullish. Sometimes I don't even know about it, right? Sometimes I don't know the full details, and I'm not one of those people who wants to talk about things that they're not fully clear or have a lot of insight into. So the next update here is PRCL, which is the Final Points trilogy. So we've been waiting for this. Last week, I mentioned that there was a bit of a scuffle as we were told that we would need to have equivalent liquidity to lock up a snapshot or a loyalty snapshot of sorts. They were also going to check like if there was any sort of Cybele behavior. Basically, I told you guys, like, you look at your TVL on Feb 23rd, and I showed you guys how to do that in the previous video. I went and borrowed money to deposit, and then basically, we're going to see the initial distribution of PRCL coming soon, and also hear a bit about like this whole perpetual points thing, which is going to be the second distribution, to see if it's worthwhile to continue, because maybe there's something there. Now, this is obviously much more impactful, for me here, because I also want to make sure that, because I'm giving half away, that nothing happened. You see here, they're finalizing allocation. That claim link is faded. I can't wait to click on that, but I do have 3 million points. I did let them know a few weeks ago that when I was making a YouTube video to show you guys exactly like how we were like, gonna get into PRCL and do all this, I made an account and used this referral link. And then when they said that thing, I'm like, oh my God. And I let them know, right? Like, it was literally only for that YouTube guide. Like, I put like $1 or something in it just to show you guys, but I didn't do anything with it. So I let them know, they deducted it, and I have got that extra 25% boost. So hopefully that means that, whoever wins on that draw, which will happen later tonight during our AMA, well, we're going to find out, because like I said, I'm going to sell all of this, and 50% of that value, the 10, like 10% will be given in USDC or whatever to the 5 winners. So should be very interesting to find out. I've got your guys' EVM wallet addresses, or at least the wallet addresses of everyone. And when we do the drawing, we'll find out who it is. One more thing I do want to talk about is layer 3. Continue to do this. One of the things I've found was, if you scroll down, like last week or a few days ago, I talked about the streaks, but sometimes you'll also find just some other like really easy box NFT things to do. And there's obviously new ones coming out as well, which makes it somewhat easier to get to the 100. So I hit 100 earlier today. So I finally hit that benchmark, but it does say that every cube matters. So I'm not going to stop there. Okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video, guys. We're literally coming up on 20 minutes. Got to jump to the next video where we'll talk about Zora. And once we're done talking about Zora, we got a bunch of giveaways tonight. So let's get into it. Make sure you don't miss out. Guys, I want to thank you again so much. 10,000 subscribers, massive massive, like, to me. It means so much to me. I can see that, look, I went up 2 more during this video. I thank you guys so much. Continue to support, continue to like the video. You know, if there was something in here that I didn't talk about, it's just because there wasn't time and I didn't want to prioritize it. So, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Foxy, for those of you asking that question. But with that being said, make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.